Hi, today we're going to go over mobility routine number 2 of the 12-month Total Life Transformation Program. So, to start off mobility routine 2, we're going to work on the forearms. Your first motion is going to be extending your arm out, palm facing down, and grabbing your fingers and gently pulling them back, feeling a little bit of a stretch on the front of that forearm. Then alternating to the thumb and pulling it down and towards the other side of that forearm and alternating back and forth. You're going to do this 10 times each direction and then switch over and do the second arm, making sure you do 10 of each. The second exercise in our second mobility routine is going to loosen up that chest and shoulder joint. You may feel this one in the chest, the bicep tendon, and even extending down the arm a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to open up that shoulder joint by doing a 3-angle pec stretch, either against the wall or a door frame, anything you can kind of grab onto and put a little pressure against. So first we're going to go down right about hip level with the hand and rotate away from the shoulder. Now what's important with these 3 movements is you want to make sure you're creating space between the shoulder and the ear. One common mistake that's typically a movement compensation is as you turn away from that shoulder, you'll tend to pull that shoulder up into the ear to give you a little bit more range of motion. And that's because it's disengaging those tight muscles that we really need to open up. So rather than pushing yourself or forcing yourself into a deeper range of motion, keep that shoulder down and away from the ear and pull just gently away from that wall or door frame, and you should feel it all the way through that joint. Hold 5 to 10 seconds, relax, raise the hand straight out, and do the same thing, focusing on keeping space away from the ear and the shoulder. Relax, raise it up one more time, and then turning away from it one last time, getting that higher angle. Also thinking about creating space and not bringing that shoulder up towards the ear. Make sure you go through each of the 3 angles for 5 to 10 seconds and then switch over and do the other arm. Alright, the next exercise, we're going to come down to the ground to do. So what you're going to do is if you have a mat, you can go ahead and put it out. Otherwise, this is fine to do on any flat surface, but since you're on your hands and knees, you may want carpet to protect your knees. With this one, we're going to do what's called a cat-cow. First motion is you're going to draw the stomach in and push the shoulders up into the air, really getting space and stretching out the back. After you push up, you're going to drop down, open the stomach, and really look for space in that abdomen. And alternate. Push it up, drop it back down. Going 10 times with each direction. After that, our next movement is going to be in a lunge position. You're going to stand up, step 1 foot forward, take one hand, place it on the inside of the knee that's out in front, and rotate away from that knee, trying to get up and look towards the ceiling and back down. If you have limited range of motion in this, you may not make it all the way up. You may even only make it just past 90 degrees. That's absolutely fine. Don't force it to the point of discomfort or pain. Try and slowly open it up, feel that stretch, and then come back down. And then switching over to the other side, making sure you do 10 on each side. All right, the next we're going to drop all the way down to the ground, and we're going to loosen up that low back and those hips. For this, you're going to be flat on your back. Your hands are going to be extended out to the side. Just like this. Then you're going to take one foot, draw it across your body, and reach it up towards that hand and then alternate back and forth. Now if you can't make it all the way up to your hand, that's fine. If you just cross over and get that little stretch through the glutes and that low back and alternate back and forth, just work with the range of motion that you're capable of. And by repeating these movements, you'll start to find that that range of motion is going to open up a little bit more, you're going to get a little bit more mobility, and you're not going to feel quite as restricted. Our final exercise is going to also be in the lunge position, and this is going to help really open up that abdomen. You're going to take that lunge step forward, but this time interlock your hands, reach them up, and just a little bit back, and come back to neutral. You should feel this all the way up that hip flexor as well as into the abdomen. One thing to be important though is that you're reaching up and looking for space and extension and not just folding back, because that could create pressure on the vertebrae. Go ahead and do 5 on one side, switch over, do 5 on the other, making sure you do 10 total. With these, go ahead and go through this full routine 2 to 3 times depending on your ability, and make sure you do each one of them for 10 reps apiece. All right, until next time, thanks for watching.